The One Football app has a brand new look, but all the same old features that are useful for an FPL manager. Get customized push notifications to receive team news, goal alerts, and more. Download it for free via the link in the description. A score of 64 points minus 4 has seen a rise up to 5.9k for now, though that will almost certainly fall before the game week is over. A last-minute decision to transfer in Cancelo could not have gone better, with the attack-minded fullback scoring and assisting in a 5-0 win over West Brom. No defender can better his 2 shots on target or his 3 attempted assists during the game week so far. Alioski's place in the Leeds starting 11 had started to look vulnerable, and so he was the man to make way. Man City are now likely to get 3 double game weeks in the near future, so it made sense to prioritise bringing their assets in. With that in mind, plans for Heung-Min Son were delayed, and it was instead Gundogan who came in. The German continued his impressive run in front of goal, with 2 well-taken finishes against West Brom. He's now scored in all but one of his last 6 league outings, and looks to be thriving in a slightly more offensive role than we've come to expect from him. It was a tough call between starting Souček or Adams, but the late decision to back the West Ham man paid off handsomely. No midfielder has landed as many as his 3 efforts on target during the game week so far. Antonio came away with an assist, but could have easily had 3 or 4 goals to his name. He was denied twice by the post, and missed an additional 2 big chances on top of that, with no player taking more than his 5 shots in total during game week 20 so far. So let's move on to the transfer plans ahead of this weekend's game week 21 deadline. The plan remains to move on Rashford after he failed to score or assist in a 2-1 defeat to bottom of the league Sheffield United. Man United have now scored just 4 goals in their last 4 league matches. Only 5 teams have fared worse. There are quite a few players that are tempting to bring in right now in midfield. Heung-Min Son is still the number 1 candidate, but Jack Grealish is another contender. The Aston Villa talisman has averaged 5.8 points per game in the last 4 game weeks, with a goal and 2 assists. A slightly less likely alternative is Raheem Sterling, who would provide a premium captaincy option for Man City's upcoming double game weeks, but would also more or less rule out the option of getting a Spurs attacker. Bamford and Adams are both on the chopping block due to recent goal droughts, but the dilemma is whether to take a hit and move them on now, rather than waiting to use a future free transfer. With the possibility of a Southampton double game week 24 to come, it's tempting to keep hold of Adams for the time being, despite his lack of form. Possible replacements include the fit-again Calvert-Lewin and the in-form Ollie Watkins. Or alternatively, if Grealish came in for Rashford, that would open up the potential to bring in Harry Kane up front. So there are lots of routes to go, and a number of players catching the eye, but hopefully things will become a little clearer after the game between Liverpool and Spurs. Here's how the team is set to line up as things stand. The plan a few weeks ago was to rotate Johnston in for this game week, for a home fixture against Fulham, but West Brom's current form makes that far less tempting. The Baggies have suffered defeats in each of their 4 home matches under Sam Allardyce, losing by an aggregate scoreline of 17-0. So Pope is likely to get the nod between the sticks, having made an average of 5.5 saves per game in his last 4 outings. Walker-Peters remains a doubt, after picking up an injury in training a few days ago, and Dallas is on standby to come in if the Saints fullback fails to recover. Leicester have shipped just 2 goals in their last 4 matches. Only Arsenal and Man City have fared better, so Justin comes back into the 11 ahead of a home tie with Leeds. Bruno Fernandes is without a goal in his last 4 league matches, but ranks joint second amongst midfielders for shots on target with 6, on par with Gundogan and behind only Saka. But Arsenal have conceded just a single goal in that time, while only West Ham, Leicester and Man City have allowed fewer big chances than their 3. Mo Salah is looking to end a run of 5 consecutive matches without a goal or assist. During that period, the Egyptian ranks joint 6th amongst midfielders for shots in the box and big chances. There's another dilemma between Adams and Souček, but on paper, this looks like a week for the Saints attacker. He's up against an Aston Villa side that have shipped 7 goals in their last 4 matches. Only Wolves, Newcastle and West Brom have fared worse. Goals have been hard to come by for Liverpool lately, but they've kept 2 clean sheets in their last 4 matches, conceding just 2 goals. But over the last 2 game weeks, no forward has fashioned as many shots or big chances as Antonio. Bamford is without a goal in his last 4 matches, where he's averaged 3.3 points per game. But only Firmino and Kane have fired more shots than his 12 in that time, and only 4 forwards can better his 9 shots in the box. Both Salah and Fernandes have been misfiring of late, and it's tempting to look elsewhere for captaincy. With 6 goals in the last 6 game weeks, Gundogan could be a contender ahead of Sheffield United's visit to the Etihad. Only Watkins has fired more than his 14 shots in the box in that time, while only Son, Watkins and Lacazette can better his 5 big chances. But the intention for now is to give the armband to a Spurs attacker, either Kane or Son, depending on who comes in. They face a Brighton side that have shipped 14 goals in 7 matches against the Big Six plus Leicester this season.